scrimmage and try and bat the ball away, and that's exactly what happened there.
Throwing. Love. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
And that's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Josh Jacobs with now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And the Tigers have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. So the rushing touchdowns can... And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. Jacobs is in for a touchdown.
What a luxury it is to be able to call a bowling ball like Josh Jacobs down near the goal line. 5'10", 220 pounds, and he's not afraid to get in there and get the tough yards. He finishes off this drive with a touchdown run.
Sly on for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Sly set to boot it. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game? Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Throwing is Hurts. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
My little brother alert.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
73. 73. Go Silver, ready?
Hurts sets up to throw it. Open man is Marvin Harrison Jr. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on third down, and he was fighting like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a first down.
Broke the one tackle, but couldn't spring himself free. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on.
Hey, Silver.
In motion right, that's Harrison. Hurts. He gets it complete to Jackson. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the first down.
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass.
Yeah, what's up, Hurt?
Now on first down,
He'll
he'll try to throw it.
He'll be making home foul like two.
Intercepted.
We talking shit. I mean, not shit. I'm talking shit.
As much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Here's 2nd and 7. Once again, it's Jacobs. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. Here's 3rd and 6.
Let's go now. Go.
On play action. Love to throw. That is caught. He's got the first down and more. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side
And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Josh Jacobs with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Tigers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
Sometimes you get a first and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on first down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots and going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken
63,
down.
63, 63. Crowd left Yeti. Crowd left Yeti.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Throw downfield going to be taken in by Jackson. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Now from the 7, here's second and goal. And he is going to be smothered in the backfield again as he ran into a wall there. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And now can they reverse the trend on third and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards?
Crowd left Yeti. Tiger Hornet.
Back to throw here. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on fourth and goal. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Being chased out left. Touchdown! Chase Claypool, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Elliott good with a PAT, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Up to midfield. Fighting through it, he's got space. He might take this all the way. He will take this all the way. Touchdown. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him. Kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
In motion right, that's Harrison. To throw on 2nd and 10. Hurts. Oh, a wide open receiver. It's Harrison. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Wait, see here.
Hey, easy, 63, 63, back.
Back to throw now on 1st down. He lets it go deep for Olave. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jair Alexander. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Ronnie Hickman with a pick. And the Eagles are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them, because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, 73, 73.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Second and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Pass complete there to Harrison. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
No touch that. Carla, get it.
In motion right, Olave. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Jeremy Chin picks it off. Still going inside the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. I mean, at this point, CD, what is not going their way in this first half? After that pick six, they now have a 4-possession lead here.
And that allows them to say to themselves, how about we get everybody involved, okay? Because this one is a runaway, and it's looking like it's going to be even more of a runaway. Everybody gets a chance to play and get a little bit of love. The more guys that get to watching the highlight reels from this one, the better.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and the route is on here in this first half. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. Another extra point opportunity here. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
No touch that. No touch.
Hurts now hoping to make up for that pick six. Going for the deep ball. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Marvin Harrison Jr., 70 yards. And the Eagles get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
You know, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Here's Love. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently into the half. They're still out there firing haymakers. They took a chance on a deep ball there, but it winds up incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Love. Able to find his man, Kraft. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get into that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And here's Daniel Whelan on now to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. With it is Jackson. So possession goes over here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself, you don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter.
Hey, Silver. Crowd left Yeti. 63.
They'll throw now on the final play. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Here's Sly now to kick off as he'll send this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Now a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. Tough one there. First drive of the 3rd quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
Love. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. To pass, here's Jordan Love. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
I thought that was a completed pass until he came in and forced the ball from his hands. Not only did he make a nice play, he brings up 4th down.
Sly able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
That's good for an Eagles. At the 38-yard line.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Looking sideline, incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Great, set. Hey, easy, 63, bang. No touch.
Here's Hurts to throw. He lets it go deep for Olave. And my goodness, another interception. Pushing his way through. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Let's go.
Love now. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And it's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. But the good news for them, they got the football. The bad news, they have to go 99 yards here as they start this drive out on their own 1-yard line. Flushed out right. And he's able to get this up just shy of the 15. So still backed up, but the situation not as dire now. 1st and 10 at the 14.
63.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
From the gun, it's Hurts. That ball caught by Harrison. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down.
It's a gain of 22 yards. That's another Eagles first down. First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Go Silver, ready?
Boy, and now they can't even get a playoff. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
Hey, Silver.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. But we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
63.
The slot man in motion right. Throwing is Hurts. Oh, and that is incomplete.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got a man, complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
That's good for another Eagle.
Hurts. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Hey, 73, 73. Yeti. Now let Yeti. Don't touch it.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. There's Chris Olave. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for 3rd.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. 47 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
Hey, 73, 73.
They'll try to run this one in. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. This likely a must-have. 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd and goal.
Now a handoff looking right. Give him a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on 4th and goal. They'll try and run for it. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. They stop him on 4th and goal at the 3. And the ball will go over on the goal line stand. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
2 yards to go, 2nd down. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And they're going to get the first down here across the 15-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage. The stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Jacobs going to try the middle. Oh, he bowls over him. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 101 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson. This is caught inside the 15. And touchdown. Christian Watson, 66 yards. And the Tigers have sewn this one up as they add to their lead here in the 4th. So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Following the interception, Love. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. Play action this time with Love. Right side to Watson. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Slide for the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner,
and somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Well, CD, they just haven't had a whole lot to cheer about or really grasp onto in this game. They've been dominated, but at least they get a late touchdown here, something positive to put on film for tomorrow's session.
Yeah, they're still trying to execute, trying to get some positives on their board and ledger sheet and keep this from being a total loss. Give them credit. They're going down fighting.
And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the two-point conversion for good measure. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
They'll take over. First down and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, we've reached the stage where it's a mere formality at this point. They've got the comfortable lead. We know what the outcome is going to be. I guess the only question is, do they want to put more points on the board before the final gun?
Well, I certainly hope not, and I'm being selfish here because you and I have flights to catch. Let's go ahead and finish this one off, guys. You've taken care of business. Let's close it out. And you and I, let's get to the airport.
Second and 16. To throw now. Here's Love. Flush to his right. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Love from the gun on third down. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. So they bring out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Here's Jackson. And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there.
At their own 39-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
On second and 10, Hurts. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
It's a gain of 14 yards. That's good for the Eagles. First and 10 at the 47-yard
They'll look to throw now on first down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jair Alexander. 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, an impressive performance just became a little bit more impressive here as they add yet another score to the ledger late in the fourth quarter.
And not much has stopped them at any point in this game, partner. This is just an old-fashioned blowout right here. They probably could put the brakes on themselves, but they elected not to and played this one all the way out.
Extra point by Sly is up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing till the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
Tiger Hornet. Great, set.
They're going to look to throw. And now here is another interception. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for our visitors, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. And for Charles Davis.
How am I running the clock and I put up 58? I'm running up no clock, bro. I was running the ball. I got 100 yards in my running back, and I was throwing the ball, and I was doing good on defense. I'm not running the clock, bro. If I was running the clock, I'd have had like 25 points. Man, you ain't trying to hit it, man. Come on, man. As a matter of fact,